The stars were bright and full of hope. The human fleet, a line of shining warships, moved through space toward the battlefront. Captain Ryan Carter stood on the bridge of the flagship, watching the glowing dots of Allied ships gathering beside them. The galactic war had lasted for years, and now it was close to its most important moment. Humans and their many alien allies were about to face the empire that wanted to rule the galaxy. All systems ready. "Captain," said Lieutenant Maya Reed, her voice calm but tense. "Good," Ryan replied. "Today we fight not just for ourselves, but for all free worlds." Humans had not fought alone in this war. They had friends aliens from many planets, each with their own strengths. The Valorians were skilled pilots, the Threks were fierce warriors, and the Lyrans had advanced technology. Together, they formed the Galactic Alliance, a force strong enough to challenge the Empire. But as the fleet approached the Empire's stronghold, a strange feeling settled over the bridge. The enemy was waiting, stronger than expected. Then, something worse happened. Without warning, the Allied ships began to pull back. "What's going on?" Ryan asked, frowning. "The Valorian squadron is retreating," Maya said. "Eyes wide, and the Threx warships are falling back too," another officer reported. The human commanders stared in disbelief. Their allies were running away. "They're abandoning us," Ryan said, voice low but steady. Panic could have spread, but Ryan held his ground. "All hands, prepare for battle. We fight alone if we must." In the communication room, the crew tried to reach their allies. "Why are you pulling out?" Maya asked through the channel. The reply was cold and brief. "Orders from high command. This fight is lost." The humans could not believe it. After years of fighting side by side, their allies had turned their backs. Some said it was fear. Others whispered that the Alliance leaders wanted to save their own worlds, even if it meant sacrificing humanity. The flagship's captain clenched his fists. "We don't run. Humans stand and fight." The battle began. The enemy's ships poured. From their base, like a dark storm, lasers and missiles flew through space, lighting the void with deadly fire. The human fleet was smaller now, but they moved with sharp skill and fierce will. Ryan watched the enemy closing in. The ship shook under the hits of enemy fire. "Damage. Report," he ordered. "Shields at 50%, weapons systems holding." The engineer answered. "Hold steady," Ryan said. "We'll make them regret leaving us alone." In the chaos, small teams of human fighters made daring attacks. Pilot Alina Marcos led a squadron through enemy lines, hitting supply ships and slowing their advance. Engineer David Chen worked tirelessly to repair broken systems. Medics treated the wounded quickly and bravely, but the cost was high. Casualty report. The chief medical officer said, 20 dead, 50 injured, came the reply. Each loss was felt deeply. The humans were alone in this fight. No backup, no reinforcements, only the fierce spirit to survive. In the command room, Ryan gathered his officers. "We need a plan. If we keep fighting like this, we will lose everything." "We can try to break their supply chain," suggested Maya. "Without supplies, the enemy can't last." "Good," Ryan nodded. "Died. Prepare strike teams. Every second counts." Right. As night fell on Earth and the other human colonies, the fleet moved quietly. Humans launched secret attacks on enemy supply routes. Their small victories brought hope back home. The news was grim. Leaders faced angry questions. How could their allies leave them? Why had the Galactic Alliance betrayed humanity? But the people stood strong. They knew humans were not weak. If anything, being alone made them stronger. "We are not alone," Ryan said in a message to the fleet. "We have each other, and that is enough." In the dark space beyond, the empires. Forces watched the human ships with surprise. They expected an easy victory. They had no idea that humans would fight like never before. Even as the enemy's numbers grew, humans held their ground. They learned quickly, adapted faster, and fought with all their heart. The battle was far from over. But the first day had shown one truth clearly: when everyone runs, humans fight alone, and when humans fight alone, the galaxy should be very afraid. The days after the betrayal were the hardest humans had ever faced. The Empire's forces kept pressing forward. Without allies, every battle was a test of human strength and willpower. The fleet grew smaller, and supplies became scarce. Captain Ryan Carter and his crew worked day and night to keep hope alive. On the bridge of the flagship, the tension was thick. Alarms blared as enemy ships attacked in waves. Pilot Elena Marcos dodged fast-moving lasers, her hands steady on the controls. "They're everywhere," she said, "breath quick. But we're not giving up." Engineer David Chen was busy fixing a broken shield generator. Sweat dripped from his forehead as he worked. "We'll need more parts soon, or we won't last long," he warned. In the medical bay, doctors and nurses moved quickly. The wounded filled every bed. The chief medical officer, Dr. Laura Bennett, looked tired but focused. "We have to save as many as possible," she said. "Every life counts."
Ow.
The humans learned new lessons every day. The enemy was brutal, but humans were clever. They used hit-and-run tactics, avoiding big fights and striking where the enemy was weak. Small teams flew fast ships through asteroid fields to attack supply convoys. Every victory, no matter how small, gave them strength. Ryan gathered his officers for a meeting. "We can't keep fighting like this," he said. "We need a way to change the game." Maya Reed, his trusted lieutenant, spoke up. "Our technology is good, but it's not enough. What if we find new ways to fight, improve our ships and weapons?" "It's risky," Ryan said, "but we have no choice." He sent teams of scientists and engineers to work on new designs. They worked in secret, using old parts and new ideas. They created faster engines, stronger shields, weapons that could surprise the enemy. One day, Alina returned from a mission with news. "We found an abandoned ship in a nearby system," she said. "It's old, but it has advanced tech we can use." Ryan smiled. "Bring it back. Every advantage counts." Back on the flagship, the engineers worked hard to repair and improve the ship. David led the effort, turning the old ship into a powerful tool. "This will help us hit the enemy where it hurts," he said. Meanwhile, morale was low. The betrayal by their allies weighed heavily on everyone. Soldiers missed their friends, families worried about their loved ones. But Ryan kept reminding his crew why they fought. "We fight for humanity," he told them, "for our homes, our families, and our future. No matter who leaves us behind, we stand strong." In space, the Empire noticed the change. Their leaders laughed at first. Humans alone, they are easy prey. But as human ships began to strike harder and faster, the Empire grew worried. Supply lines were broken, enemy ships were destroyed, and human fighters were harder to catch. One night, Ryan received a message from an unexpected source. It was a former ally, a Valorian commander, Captain Carter. The message read, "We made a mistake. The Empire is stronger than we thought. Can we join you again?" Ryan looked at the message but did not answer right away. He knew trust was broken. "We'll decide when the time is right," he said quietly. In the meantime, humans prepared for the battles ahead. They trained harder, repaired their ships faster, and planned new attacks. Every human knew this war was their fight alone, in one daring mission. Alina and her squadron flew through a dangerous asteroid field to strike at an enemy fuel depot. The mission was risky, but it succeeded. Explosions lit up the dark space, and the enemy lost precious fuel. "That's the kind of fight we need," Ryan said, watching the battle report. "Hit hard, then disappear." At home, the people followed the news closely. Stories of human bravery spread across planets and moons. Children dreamed of joining the fleet. Leaders worked to support the war effort. Even without allies, humanity's spirit burned bright. Ryan stood on the bridge late one night, looking at the stars. He thought about the allies who left, the battles fought alone, and the future ahead. "They ran," he whispered, "but we fight, and we will win." The Empire was not ready for the strength of humans alone. They had made a mistake, leaving humanity to fight by itself. The war was far from over. But with every battle, humans grew stronger, smarter, and more united, and the galaxy would soon learn why no one should leave humans behind. After weeks of hard fighting, the human fleet was changing. They were no longer just survivors, they were becoming a real force. Captain Ryan Carter watched this change with pride and hope. Every day, his crew learned something new about war, technology, and themselves. One of the biggest surprises came from an unexpected place. A group of young scientists on the flagship discovered a way to improve the ships. Shields using a rare energy source found near a nearby star. This new shield could absorb much more damage, giving humans a better chance in battle. Ryan called a meeting with his top officers. "This could change everything," he said. "We need to use this tech on all our ships as soon as possible." "We'll start work immediately," Maya said, her eyes shining with determination. Meanwhile, pilot Elena Marcos was becoming a legend among the fleet. Daring attacks on enemy supply ships and her skill at dodging enemy fire made her a hero. Many young pilots wanted to learn from her. "Elena, you've inspired many," Ryan told her during a quiet moment on the bridge. "I only do what humans have always done," she replied. "Fight to survive." The enemy, the Empire, was growing worried. Their spies reported that humans were building new weapons and making bold moves. They underestimated humanity at their own risk. In one mission, Elena led a squadron deep into enemy space. Their goal was to destroy a new weapon factory that was making dangerous ships for the Empire. The mission was dangerous. Enemy patrols were everywhere, but Elena's squad moved like shadows through space, avoiding detection. They reached the factory and launched a surprise attack. Explosions ripped through the buildings. The factory was destroyed, slowing the Empire's ship production. "Great work," Ryan said when he heard the news. "This is the kind of fight that makes a difference." At the same time, engineer David Chen and his team worked to improve weapons. They developed new missiles that could track enemy ships better and new energy cannons with more power. "Our weapons are becoming as strong as our will," David said proudly. But the war was not just about ships and battles. It was about people. The crew of the fleet came from all over Earth and the colonies, as they shared stories, hopes, and fears. In the mess hall, soldiers laughed and joked to forget the fear. In the sleeping quarters, friends comforted each other. After hard days, Ryan knew that this unity was the true strength of humanity. One day, a small ship arrived with news from Earth. The people on the home planets were supporting the fleet with new ships, supplies, and messages of hope. "Humanity is behind us," Ryan said, voice full of pride. But the Empire was not giving up. They launched a powerful attack on a human supply base. The battle was fierce, and many ships were lost. "We can't let them break us," Maya said, her voice firm. "We won't," Ryan promised. The humans fought with everything they had. The new shields held strong. The new weapons made the enemy pay a high price. After the battle, Ryan sent a message to the fleet. "We are stronger than ever. The Empire thinks they can crush us, but they are wrong. Humans fight not just with ships, but with heart and mind." There were signs that some former allies watched the battle with surprise and fear. They began to question their choice to leave humanity alone. Ryan received another message from the Valorians. "Captain," it read, "your fleet fights like a storm. We want to help again." Ryan paused before answering. Trust was not easy to rebuild. "Tell them to prove themselves," he said. "We will decide when the time is right." In the meantime, humans prepared for the battles to come. Every victory was a step closer to freedom, as the fleet flew through the stars. Ryan looked out at the vast galaxy. "We are alone," he said quietly, but not weak. "The galaxy will remember the day humans stood alone and did not fall. The Empire had made a mistake. They had awakened a force they could not control. And the story of humanity's fight was only just beginning." The galaxy watched in silence as the human fleet prepared for its boldest move yet. Captain Ryan Carter stood on the bridge of the flagship, his eyes fixed on the star map glowing before him. The enemy Empire had a powerful base deep in a remote system. If the humans could strike there, it might turn the tide of the war. "This mission will be dangerous," Ryan said to his officers. "But if we succeed, it will change everything. Our new ships and weapons will give us the edge." Lieutenant Maya Reed added. The Empire won't see it coming. The fleet moved quietly through space, using new stealth technology developed by human engineers. They passed enemy patrols without being detected. Every ship was ready for battle. Pilot Alina Marcos led the attack squadron, her calm voice guided the pilots through the dark asteroid fields surrounding the enemy base. Stay sharp, she said. We only get one chance. The humans launched a surprise strike. Their new energy cannons cut through enemy shields, and their missiles destroyed key installations. Explosions lit up the enemy base like fireworks. We're hitting them hard, Alina reported. Keep pushing forward. Inside the enemy command center, alarms blared. Commanders struggled to respond. They had not expected such a bold human attack. They must be stopped, the enemy leader shouted. Send reinforcements. But the humans had planned for this. As enemy ships arrived, human fighters used hit-and-run tactics to weaken them. The new shields absorbed heavy fire, and the powerful weapons broke enemy lines. The battle was fierce and loud, but the humans stayed focused. They destroyed the Empire's main weapon factory and communications tower, crippling the enemy's ability to fight back quickly. After hours of fighting, the humans withdrew before enemy reinforcements could trap them. Their fleet was smaller, but victorious. Back on the flagship, Ryan addressed his crew. Today, we showed the galaxy what humans can do when left to fight alone. This victory belongs to all of you. News of the attack spread fast. Across human colonies, and even in enemy territories, people talked about the bold strike. Some former allies watched in shock. Their mistake was clear. In a secret meeting, leaders of the Galactic Alliance debated whether to return to help humans. They have proven themselves, one leader said. We may need to join them again. But others were afraid. If humans grow stronger, they could become a threat. Ryan did not wait for their decisions. He knew humanity had to rely on itself. We will fight and win on our own terms, he told Maya. Our time is now. The Empire launched a counterattack to regain control. They sent their largest fleet to the system where the humans had struck. The humans prepared their defenses. Every ship was repaired and upgraded. Pilots trained late into the night. Medics treated the wounded from earlier fights. This battle will decide the future, Maya said. The fight was brutal. Lasers cut through space and ships exploded in fireballs. The Empire used all its power. But the humans used all their courage and skill. Alina led a daring charge, breaking enemy formations. David and his team kept the ships running at full strength. Ryan's voice was calm but firm. Hold the line. Do not give up. After hours of struggle, the Empire's fleet began to retreat. Humans had won again, but the cost was high. Many brave souls were lost. Ryan stood silently at the memorial wall, reading names of the fallen. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten, he whispered. The galaxy's respect for humans grew. Old enemies began to talk quietly about the humans' strength. In a message, the Valorian commander asked again to join forces. Ryan considered the offer. Trust must be earned, he said. For now, we keep fighting alone. As the stars shone above, humans knew their journey was far from over. It had turned the tide but not ended the war. We fight not just to survive, Ryan said, but to lead. To show the galaxy what humanity means. The Empire would regret the day it thought humans were weak, because humans, when left alone, became unstoppable. The war was reaching its most dangerous moment. Captain Ryan Carter stood on the bridge of the flagship, watching the stars through the big window. The enemy empire was gathering all its power for one last great attack. This battle would decide the future of humanity and the galaxy. They want to end us, Ryan said quietly, but we will not fall. Every human in the fleet knew the truth. This was the fight of their lives. They had trained, planned, and prepared for this moment. The crew moved with calm focus, each ready to do their part. Pilot Alina Marcos checked her ship's systems. Let's show them what humans can do. She said to her squadron engineer David Chin, and his team made final repairs and boosted the weapons. This is our best chance, he said. Lieutenant Maya Reed studied the enemy's movements on the screen. "They are coming in full force," she warned. The enemy fleet appeared, huge and terrifying. Dark ships filled the space, their weapons glowing red. "Hold your positions," Ryan ordered. "Do not let fear control you." The battle began with a roar. Lasers and missiles flew between ships, lighting up the dark space. Explosions shook the fleet. Humans fought like never before. Lena led daring attacks, breaking enemy lines and rescuing trapped ships. David's repairs kept damaged ships alive. Medics worked fast to save lives. Ryan coordinated the defense, sending ships to where they were needed most. "We fight as one," he said. The Empire threw everything they had into the fight. Giant warships fired huge beams of energy, trying to crush the human fleet, but the humans had learned much in their long struggle. New shields absorbed heavy attacks and improved weapons cut through enemy armor, slowly. The tide turned. Human ships pushed forward, breaking the enemy formation. Explosions rocked the enemy flagship, causing confusion. "Now is our chance," Ryan shouted. "Push forward." Lena and her squadron led the charge, striking hard at the enemy command ship. Their attack was fierce and fast. Inside the enemy ship, panic spread. The leader saw his forces breaking apart. "Retreat," he ordered, but it was too late. Human fighters surrounded the ship, forcing it to surrender. The battle was won, but the victory was not without loss. Many brave humans had died or been injured. Ryan stood at the memorial, remembering the fallen. "Your courage gave us life," he said. "We will never forget." The galaxy watched in awe as humans once left alone had defeated the great empire. Some former allies sent messages of respect and regret. They admitted their mistake in leaving humanity behind. Ryan received another message from the Valorian commander. "Captain," it read, "we want to fight by your side once more." Ryan thought carefully. "Trust must be earned," he replied. "For now, we stand alone." Humans had proved they did not need others to survive and win. The war was over. But humanity's story was just beginning, with strength, courage, and unity. Humans looked toward the future, a future where no one would ever underestimate them again. Because when all their allies ran, humans fought alone, and they made the galaxy regret it. The war was over, but the galaxy was not the same. Humans had stood alone and won. Captain Ryan Carter watched the stars from the bridge of his ship, feeling a mix of pride and sadness. So many had fought and died, but their courage had changed. Everything. The Empire had fallen, its leaders captured or gone. Without the Empire's grip, many planets started to think about their future. Humans were now a powerful force, respected and feared. Back on Earth in the colonies, celebrations took place. People cheered for the fleet that had saved them all. Children dreamed of joining the space forces. Leaders met to build a new galactic council, one that would not forget the lessons of the war. Ryan met with other commanders. "We fought alone, but we are not alone now," he said. "The galaxy has seen our strength. It's time to lead with honor and wisdom." Some former allies sent apologies and offers to join the new council. Ryan listened but reminded them, trust is earned by actions, not words. The human fleet grew stronger, with new ships and better technology from the war's lessons. Engineer David Chen worked on peaceful projects too, helping planets rebuild and share knowledge. Pilot Alina Marcos trained new pilots. "Our fight made us better," she told them. "Never forget what we did alone, but always be ready to work together when trust is true." Lieutenant Maya Reed became a diplomat, working to build peace and strong bonds across the stars. "We must remember the past," she said, "but also look forward. Not all was easy. Some worlds still feared human power. Old enemies lurked in shadows, waiting for a chance to return. But humans were ready. The story of humanity's fight spread far and wide, inspiring many. It showed that even when left behind, humans could rise and change the galaxy. Ryan stood once more at the memorial wall. He placed a small flag beside the names of the fallen. "You are the reason we live," he whispered. "Your sacrifice will guide us forever." The galaxy had learned a powerful lesson. Do not underestimate humans, because when all the allies ran, humans fought alone, and in doing so, they changed the fate of the stars.